Wesley, you are a grade A asshole, my friend. Could you explain to the folks at home why you're a grade A asshole?
You betcha.
I mean, beautiful, by the way.
Great.
Middle Classholes, everyone. So a friend of mine who is a deep state conspiracy theorist started talking about chemtrails. All right, and I was going to dive in with something, I don't know, combative, and then I was informed and somewhat nudged by a friend of mine to just say, "Hey, go over the top, say something about Bigfoot." So I got the idea to say that the CIA and FBI have a collaborative effort to where they detain Bigfoot to, one, conceal the fact that Bigfoot obviously exists, and two, to have him fly planes at smoke shows that plumes of quote smoke. I use the quotation to say, it's not smoke, it's death vapors coming from the plane. And then the video shows it's snippets of an air show with the smoke, Harry and the Hendersons, Tailspin's intro, and then there's a little small thing with I think it's Walking Dead.
Yeah, so if you're just listening, please go over to our YouTube page, go to our Facebook page, and catch the video. Just know what we're talking about. And Wes loves fucking with a good conspiracy theorist. Alan, you and I have gone back and forth on this kind of stuff before, but this really jogged something loose in my brain here. Remember how I've talked about, and you actually agreed with this, that we should exhaust all of our resources to comb every square inch of the earth to find Bigfoot?
Yes.
Okay. We live in conspiracy nation, okay? Everything that is tearing America apart at the seams is all conspiracy based. Flat Earth, QAnon, Bigfoot, chemtrails. I really think it might be within the national interest to get all the skeptics together, let them vote on Captain Scientist, their Anthony Fauci, and then go into the field and really dissect all of this stuff. Like, make one of them, tie one of them to the back of a 747 with a squirrel suit on and let some of that vapor trail course through their body and see if it satisfies them if they don't grow a tail and a horn out their asshole. I think we need to start dedicating some resources to this.
Well, I could be with this like a ministry of conspiracy theories, or like a ministry of something silly like that. We might need to workshop that. But fucking I kind of like that. Let's do it. Like, I'm okay with seeing the science the other way around. Like, I would absolutely, like, if it was like like C-SPAN for fucking just conspiracy theorists testing conspiracy theories, I would watch it. I watch it all fucking day.
But
Wes, you're the skeptic, so I would say you get to order these things. What order of importance would you like to place on these?
Well, okay. Let me start off by saying that if you get, it's all voted on by certain realms of conspiracy theorists. Is that right? You're going to get some sort of martyr of the conspiracy theorist world. Yeah.
Each conspiracy theory collectively chooses like a figurehead.
Okay.
The flat earthers had that guy who just tried to shoot himself up into space. Yeah. And then he came right back down because he built it in his own garage with silly putty and Bondo, and it didn't fucking work.
Wait a minute.
He died.
Silly putty.
He wasn't Space Pac-Man roaming around LAX?
No.
Jetpack, sorry, Space Pac-Man. That's Pac-Man in space.
Yeah. Yes.
I just think if these people, even if there's a capability of these people being convinced that their conspiracy is wrong, then the faithful are just going to be like, oh, they paid him off. The man paid him off. He can't believe that. That's not true. But would I watch that? Sure, absolutely. I love watching conspiracies be debunked. There was a fabulous one a few years ago. It was on the BBC where they flew 9/11 skeptics into New York and had them basically just have them experience each and every one of their claims. One of which is like, oh, those guys couldn't have flown those planes. So they took these people up in a little single-engine Cessna and had people who had no flying experience fly. They didn't take off, they didn't land, but they flew.
And neither did the terrorists.
Nope.
No, they just dive bombed it. And it's like even still, people are like, I don't know. That just doesn't. I mean, that was a small plane. These are commercial airliners, and the pilot was like, "Yeah, those things are better. These are like multi-million-dollar machines.
Those things drive themselves.
They're Airbuses."
There was another one where these guys built. They were flat earthers, and they built these towers with laser pointers and stuff, and they set them up to sea level and set them like so many hundreds of meters apart, and then when they shined their flight, it went zipping right over top of the other. We're like, well, something must be wrong. We need to check our measurements.
I was gonna say that exact same one. That they're so the audacity for them to be so stumped by it. They're like, well, shit, did we measure wrong? And like, no, you fucking idiots! It proved you are fucking morons.
Yeah, and it was like this real scientist was like, I really appreciated their gusto. Like they went out there, they had this hypothesis, they went and they built, they tested, and the only problem is this is where you find the fringe. And what do you do with fringe? You cut it off. Okay, you have to go out and you have to prove it to like that. I don't know, 80% in the middle, right? And then you got those 10% on each side. You got the absolutists and the never truths, and then you got those folks that are right on the edge. But if you can prove it to them, at least you won't put them on the fringe. They'll come back to the center. That's where we need people. We need the sane-minded back in the center and not drift into the left or to the right anymore.
Yeah, I just don't like. Okay, flat Earth. That one in particular gets me because have you heard of the bird theory?
Oh, that the birds are made by the government?
All birds are extinct and they're like spies. Okay. I think that is fringe of the fringe. And I'm not saying that flat Earth isn't fringe, but flat Earth over the course of the last 5 years has kind of inched towards semi non-fringe, and it kind of boils my blood to say that. But I just don't know where someone along the line is like just sitting around a water hole bar. They're getting about 6 or 7 bush lights deep, and they're like, man, you know what? This whole Earth round thing never made sense to me. Fuck that. Like, when is that fucking happen?
And what amazes me about that is that the people that built the machine that allows them to disseminate their knowledge back and forth to each other was created by individuals who completely believe that the Earth is round, which is why they had to put the satellites in the sky and try to figure out their triangulation to the ground to beam that stupid signal from their dumb brain to their other dumb-brained partner sitting somewhere halfway across the fucking country so they could type back and forth on AIM, because that's not monitored anymore. I don't know if you know that.
America Online?
It's super encrypted. Yeah, it's encrypted files.
Nice. Good to know. It's nice. Well, I guess it's better than Hollow Earth, which is fucking just preposterous.
I don't know.
As well,
I believe Hollow Earth more than I believe. If I had to pick, if you put a gun to my head and said, "Are you flat earther or Hollow Earther?" I'm going Hollow Earth.
Go Hollow Earth.
Going Hollow.
Yeah, sure.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's a fucking unique scenario, but okay. Yes, I agree.
I kind of even feel like gun to my head, and someone was like, "You got to believe in Hollow. You got to stand up and endorse
ridiculous fucking theory. Do you believe it?
You got to endorse. You got to endorse Hollow Earth for the rest of your life." Willingly, like, all right, fucking Hollow Earth it is. I think I could
giants and shit living inside of it.
Yes,
sounds good.
Well, okay, and I could go a hybrid Hollow Earth. All right, let's just say because the mantle, you got the crust, you got the mantle, and then you've got the magma part that nobody can live in anyway. There's got to be like a section of the Earth that has like a ginormous tunnel system in it somewhere. And I would say that would be technically a hollowed out portion of the Earth. Yeah. So I could get on board that there's a massive cavernous region that we just haven't known about.
Well, according to the Matrix trilogy, Zion is down there. Yeah, Morpheus. There's all these sex parties with fucking drums and percussions.
Yes, very, very, very true. But ExxonMobil's probably using all of those cavernous portions to store their oil for another 30 years. So when we run out now, they can extra charge us in about 50 years.
Yeah,
quadruple the fucking barrel. God damn it. Gas is $4.25. I'm sorry. I'm about that.
I didn't even realize
That shit does suck.
Yeah.
I had to get some this morning. I only filled up $10, not because I'm a cheap bastard, but because I was running late for work and I didn't want it to keep going. Like,
Dude, I did the same thing, by the way, and I felt like I was in a NASCAR pit stop. I was like, all right, I'm only going to get $10 worth. And it was like, whoosh, done. Okay, get back in the car. Oh, I've still only got less than a quarter tank. Okay, here we go.
The weird thing is like when I do that, and that doesn't happen very often. It's only when I'm running late for work. Is that I instantly feel like the next person that comes up and fills up $10. Cheap bastard.
Oh, man. I'd just be like, dude, my dude is struggling. It's all good, man. Things will get better.
It bothers me for about 4 miles down the road. Like, they're going to think I'm a cheap fuck.
You know what, Wes? I thank you for that, because believe me, I worry the same thing. I actually look over my shoulder to make sure nobody's getting ready to pull up to the pump right behind me. Like, man, they're going to think I'm poor. They're gonna think my kid's baby teeth are all black and falling out.
You try your best. Hey, listen, we've had a couple. I think we had one really good discussion about this. Then we had a teeny tiny bit of a follow up where Alan made comment about how archaeologists try to be fictional writers about history. One of which has gotten a few views on, I don't know, tens of views on a few outlets about. I think Murray, you said Utsi. I think it with the double two periods over it, TZI.
Yeah, I get it. I know what you're getting to, and I'm not going to sit here and say fuck this guy, but fuck this guy.
Okay,
I mean, come on.
So,
what did he say? Wait. Okay,
no. The person linked us to. Okay, for those of you who have no frame of reference, Murray said archaeologists try to be fictional storytellers. And Uzi the Iceman was a hunter-gatherer, and he fell in a crevasse, leaving his loved ones back home to starve to death. He's like, no, the guy fell and died. Anyway, someone who watched the video on TikTok, our official TikTok at Middle Classholes, MDL Classholes,
at Middle Class,
Middle Classholes. It says, arrow points to foul play in ancient Iceman's death. Utsi the Iceman did not die in an alpine fall or losing his way. He was shot in the back by an arrow. Chest x-ray and CT scan have finally solved the mystery of how Otzi died about 5,300 years ago, says Paul Gosner, one of a team of specialists studying the mummy. So, hey, there was some foul play involved, Murr. Your thoughts on shitting on these people?
I'm not shitting on these. Okay. He's right. I did not know this grand story of Utsi the Iceman off the top of my head when we were talking about this shit. But even still, we're talking shit on this podcast. We talk shit, okay? I'd say we're all pretty clever motherfuckers. Each and every one of us can pull some random ass knowledge out of our assholes when we're in the middle of discussion. I did not have a pre-prepared Utsi the Iceman fucking Wikipedia page when I brought him up out of the top of my head. That does become a little more intriguing as far as the storytelling goes, but all they truly know. And I read this fucking thing because apparently he had pollen in his nose from walking up and down the mountain, which shows that he was in a struggle and on a run for his life. They made that part up too, so fuck him for that. But yes, it is intriguing that he was shot in the back with a fucking arrow. I'll give him that. But he did fall in a crevasse, and that's why he was still so well preserved.
Here's the thing. I will give you this, because if if there were a video of myself or Alan making some sort of robust claim like this, and then someone were to follow it up, I would be equally as apt to be like, okay, hey, fact check time. You fucked up, or I fucked up. It just so happens that this one is particularly good. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Wait, I just got a question. How long did it take him to realize that he got shot with an arrow? I feel like that seems like something you would like pick him up and be like, well, got shot with an arrow, guys. Like, you know what I mean?
This is dated 2001.
Okay. Yeah. I'm guessing what happened was, you can't find Native American original people's arrows. Sorry, I'm trying to. Hey, I don't want to get fact checked again, Alan. Okay, they weren't Indians. They weren't from India. They were from the Americas.
No, I understand. I just don't understand why you said it that way. But continue.
I'm just pointing out how complicated it is to speak in America in the year 2022. So you only find the arrowheads. You don't find the actual shafts of the arrows. So maybe it was lodged inside of his chest cavity or back cavity or whatever, and they didn't realize until they did a CT scan that he had been shot with the arrow. Because they got to touch these things with this thing's been buried in the ground. Nature's fucking ravaging it. But as soon as they find it, it's like, oh, get your cotton gloves on, guys. We can't disturb this dead body that's been here for tens of thousands of years, well preserved. Fuckers.
And then around that time, they automatically they start mentally whiteboarding. Like, we need to make up a good story for this guy. Ooh, Ötzi, the Ice Man, hunter gatherer. Yeah, hunter gatherer. Yeah, hunter gatherer. That sounds good. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you were right, Alan. Discovered in 1991. So about 10 years before Ötzi got propped. I don't know if it was funding. I don't know if they had reservations about CT scanning a guy who was 5,300 years old. Maybe CT scans at that point. They had science had evolved to a point where it wouldn't damage the body. I have no idea.
91 CT scans are probably trash. That's understandable. I like that. I like that logic.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're still using tape cassettes and fucking fuck. What were we using?
The X-ray,
VHSs.
The X-ray still had the giant cross. Where it's like this is where the radiation is going to. Remember, like if you got an X-ray, they put the fucking vest on you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The lead fucking plate.
Yeah.
There you go, bud.
Dude, I can remember being like a little kid when they did like my first like dental X-rays, and they put that fucking thing on you, and it's like my knees were getting fucking weak. Like, take the pictures. I'm gonna fall the fuck over.
Yeah. Oh, the facial one, yeah. So
no, they would put like a smock, like a lead smock. They would like drape over your entire body.
Yeah. You think they did that to Ötzi, or they couldn't have because he found again he was murdered. There was foul play, which I love that they use that terminology.
Right? Like, what do you mean foul play? These are primitive people. This guy was hunting and or gathering, as you guys have fucking assumed, and then another hunter, not fucking gatherer, decided to come kill Ötzi and take his gatherings.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Or he didn't, and he fell down that fucking crevasse, and an arrow fell out of his back pocket or wherever he was holding it, and just happened to lodge itself in his chest or back or wherever the hell it is. Maybe he just fell and bad shit happened. Maybe no one was sniping him like the most dangerous fucking game circa 5000 BC. Maybe shit happened, and it's really coincidental, all of this. That's all.
I mean, okay, I'm cool with that too. Actually, that doesn't sound like it's that far off, honestly.
But you can't tell me that they don't make shit up because they have delusions of grandeur and they're probably fucking half insane in their brains from being out in the field for so long. Because we can go back to the dinosaur thing. Remember when they were just stupid giant thunder lizards, which is exactly what dinosaur translates to? Well, we find out they're just big birds that are spying for the government.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yeah. Do you think like when you use it? Remember when we talked about the person, one of the group of people who got awarded to fly up with Pete Davidson in the was it like JetBlue? Remember one of the people was teacher and explorer.
Mm-hmm.
The hunter gatherer at this time seems a little more plausible. Of like the double. I have two professions, or a profession and a hobby. Hunter-gatherer at that point seems a little more plausible than teacher, explorer.
It's kind of redundant too, because like, I mean, if you hunt, you're going to gather what you killed and take it back.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, Ötzi, he's there. All right.
Still fascinating. I'm still fascinated by that story, and we do, and I'm gonna, you know what? Now I'm going to defend. And we do need these dumb scientists to make up dumb stories, or dolts like ourselves wouldn't read the entirety of the article if it wasn't all fascinating and fucking made up.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay. This was posted on the official Middle Classholes Facebook page. My penis fell off, but it regrew on my arm. Now I'm a real man again. So, Malcolm McDonald.
You're gonna have to really give some details on
Gotcha.
that one. It
Here we go.
regrew on my arm.
Malcolm McDonald,
Kim
47.
Trails.
Malcolm McDonald, 47 years old, resides out of Norfolk, England, who was left mortified back in 2010 when his penis, quote, just dropped off onto the floor after he suffered an infection in his perineum. Surgeons subsequently manufactured a new penis for the father of two using a skin flap on his left arm. They plan to move the man-made member down to his pubic area, but were forced to stop the operation due to lack of oxygen in his blood. McDonald was left with an artificial phallus poking out of his forearm. Second surgery. Here's where things get fucking varied. Here's where the plot thickens. A second surgery to move the manhood between his legs was delayed 6 years due to scheduling mix-ups, staff shortages, and the COVID-19 pandemic.
Did you say here's where the shaft thickens?
Yeah, because the guy,
yeah,
after 6 years of fucking just delayed surgeries, the guy just left it on his arm. We're not going to get.
I hope that's the arm I hope he waves with that arm.
You're not going to hold on. You're not going to get much more than a fuzzed out picture, but here. So it's his left arm. You have the dong here. That's it. And then here's a little bit of a representation.
Do you think chicks dig it? Do you think chicks dig his like arm penis? Do you think it's like it's some kind of novelty to chicks? Maybe.
Well, I mean, he's a husband and father too.
Does it get erect?
Well, no, but they were going to do the surgery, the same one that I had filmed a few times in the operating room. The pump,
the little squeeze ball pump, yeah.
But then 6 years worth of like, all right, sorry man, we got this dick on your arm, it's not coming off, and we'll get you in another time. 6 years of delayed surgeries, and he just left it. Said, fuck it, I'm done. I got this dick on my forearm.
He seems like a really nice guy. Horny all the time, though. Really wears his dick on his sleeve. Sorry, I've been waiting on that one. But here's the one point that I don't know that anybody's going to make. Like, do you think this guy really wants this to be the story of the internet for this week in history, first week of May 2022? Or do you think the doctors like forced him into like writing this article? Like, listen, Malcolm, we know you don't have a lot of money. So what we'd like to do to maybe supplement this experimental surgery is we'd like to put you in an article. Okay, when? Here in England? We're going to say all over the world.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everyone's going to know.
It's going to be written in England. But maybe that's it. Man, I like... And someone at work, when I showed them this, pointed out the fact that, 6 years... Scheduling mix-ups, staff shortages, COVID-19 pandemic. The last one I get. There has been a lot of like holdouts / rescheduling things for surgeries or what have you, medical emergencies due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But that first one, scheduling mix-up. What did the urologist show up? And, it was it a proctologist rather than a urologist? Like, thought I was removing an asshole from a forearm. My bad. That's a dick. Can't touch that.
Like, can you just? I don't know, man. Could you just imagine like everyday activities? You know what I mean? Like, imagine like he's putting a hat on. He's putting a hat on and he's like adjusting. It's just fucking like in his face and shit. You know what I mean? Or he's brushing his teeth. Anything, or like,
typing. The space bar just gets splashed all the time.
Anything. Like, what if he's, what if he's got like an ear itch and he starts itching it and it just starts smacking him in the fucking neck and shoulder and shit? Just like, it's terrible. It sounds awful, actually.
Well, look, on a serious note, you got to feel for this guy. He literally, dude, the part that got glossed over is he was making like Franks and beans and his dick falls off.
Yeah, he said he was just what's that on? Damn it, he lost his penis due to a severe blood infection, and yeah, it just dropped off onto the floor.
Okay, I think the question that needs to be asked is like, how did he get severe blood infection? And like, look, there definitely fucking signs that it was gonna fall off before it fell off.
Yeah, I know. So why you?
This is on him.
And with that said, why are you just walking around your apartment naked? Just like, are you waiting for it to happen? I mean, were you just vacuuming and
Maybe it was fell through his trousers. He's like, what the hell is that? What is that? Yeah, I know. I do like the point that this just didn't. This wasn't an overnight thing. This wasn't a 24-hour like. Yeah, the old boy's looking a little gray, looking a little lifeless. Come on, damn. It's just.
He's like, huh? It's like black at the base. I think it's just gonna fall off. It looks like it's dying.
Looks like
go to the fucking hospital, sir.
Looks like people's fingers that got trapped on Mount Everest for a month.
Yeah.
Weird.
There's definitely a fucking warning sign before a penis falls off.
Yeah,
100%, 110%. I don't know what they all are, but there's definitely a sign.
Right. And then what? Okay, so they manufacture one on his forearm. All right, and God knows what the arbitration period or like back and forth of that is. Like, listen, man, we can get you 3 inches. No, 3 inches. 10. This is going to be my penis from now on. I want 10
use
inches.
The whole arm.
Like, well, okay, let's meet in the middle here, and then you arbitrate and you try to get the best bang for your buck. But then, so I don't know if they had some sort of plan in place for a period of which a full dick was going to be kind of hanging from your left forearm. But then what the audacity of 6 years? I mean, come on. Is the English fucking medical system that fucked up?
Hey, man.
You could roll into a minute clinic and be like, what's your problem? I want to have surgery. Surgery on what? This. Oh, shit. Let's get you into the OR right now.
Hey, man. It's free. You get what you pay for.
Christ, it's like a back alley thing, perhaps. You wonder do you think he tried it on his own?
He might. What, this guy? Did he try it on his own?
No.
Oh,
we know a guy in Florida who cuts dicks off.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that's really where he fucked up. He could have just flew over here and found somebody to do it, like Puerto Rico or the Dominican or something. Somebody definitely hacked that bad boy off and sew her up real quick.
I will say the guy in Florida, now his work's a little sloppy, but it's very quick and expedient.
Right. I wonder
if it's like a drive-through.
I wonder if he could have gone to, where was it? The guy who went somewhere the North Korean who said like, yeah, I want
tiny penis.
I went like, oh, you mean a larger penis? No.
Which was stereotypical because remember Asians had like actually above average size penis.
More so than the Brits. You're right.
Yeah.
This guy.
For this guy's sake, I really hope they do a good job sewing up the scar on his forearm.
Right.
Hey man, what was that? This was a penis.
It was my penis. It's my penis right now.
What happened to your old one?
Penis
I was cooking frankenbeans and it fell off. No idea.
Just all of a sudden?
It happens.
No warning signs?
It happens. Like, no, that doesn't happen.
Like, I heard of that before.
Trying to be a good friend.
Yeah. Uzi the Ice Man back in 5000 BC.
I knew a guy in high school.
All right. Well, this brings us to one of our favorite bits of the week, friend or foe.
That's right, my friends. Time to read a news story to you. See if you agree or disagree, friend or foe. And this is from a pregnant woman on Reddit. She spent thousands of dollars at the vet after her husband blamed his farts on the dog. She went on to say through this ginormous, very long-winded Reddit thread, we have this dog, Jerry. He's an adorable sweetheart. He has the sweetest, most gentle disposition, and he doesn't have an unkind bone in his body. I love him dearly. A month ago, my husband, Jerry, and I were all eating dinner when suddenly I smelled something really disgusting. My husband instantly made the face that was telling me that it wasn't just me. I'm pregnant. My sense of smell has been just so sensitive in this time. Blibbity fucking blah. So the husband blamed the fart on the dog. She got freaked out, takes the dog to the vet. The husband still doesn't come clean, farts again. She smells it. She's freaked out, thinks the dog is rotting from the inside out, takes the dog back to the vet again. And then finally the husband says, nah, look, babe, that was me. Now she's wondering if she should stay married to the husband because he's so immature and doesn't think he'll grow up before the baby gets here. So friend or foe, blaming farts on the dog or overreacting to a fart from a dog. Seriously, have you smelled dog farts? Have you not smelled a dog fart? When a dog is farting, there's no other way for that to smell but fucking heinous from the anus. You don't take them to the vet instantly. Sorry, friend or foe. Here's the friend or foe. Did she overreact to both the dog fart and is she also overreacting to the husband lying about it, Wes?
Ooh, man. I mean, yeah, friend. She's overreacting to the dog fart because yes, the thing of it is that even in a man's most darkest days, if he's cracking off a few, those pale in comparison to a dog fart. When a dog is like, oh, I feel bad. That thing is like, it's like mustard gas. Just getting fumigated throughout the room. Is friend that she's overreacting? I suppose so, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm semi-foey in that the fact that like the husband was like, oh, yeah, it's the dog. And she's like, oh, yeah, really? Yeah, it's a dog. Oh my God, it is the dog. And then taking him to the vet and then the money foe on the husband because husband and wife, your money's my money, my money's your money. She spent all this fucking money. That's your money too. I don't care what people say. If you're husband and wife, yada, yada. And then foe on him being like, oh, I came clean because if the wife took the fucking dog to the vet, then you got to ride that fucking lie out. And then foe on her for then saying, I might leave you.
Yeah, lots to unpack there,
sorry,
Alan.
man. I mean, there was a lot more.
There's a lot there. Yeah, I needed a second. I mean, I'm. So I am definitely. I guess I'm friend that she overreacted, right? She definitely overreacted. But I think the whole. Yeah, I'm with. I don't know why he brought the husband into this, but now that he did, I'm foe on the husband because just rip farts in front of your lady, man. Like, don't blame him on the dog. Dog farts are nasty. I mean, period. But like, just rip fucking heaters in front of your lady. There's no reason to hide. That's a normal bodily function. It's fine. Like, I think you've established a scenario. You've created a scenario with which to anger your wife for no reason, and I think it's just bad husbanding.
Well,
quite frankly.
Here's where I ultimately think the wife is in the wrong, because at no point did she suggest that her husband go to the doctor based on the same smell. She was worried about the dog because the farts from the dog were so horrendous. What about the husband? If that's coming out of a human body, you should be more concerned. When I had my little gastrointestinal problems late last year, you want to talk about clearing a room, dude? I had to go to the other side of the house just to rip one. Not because I was necessarily concerned that someone was going to hear me or smell my fart, but it was because I knew what kind of noxious gas was coming out of my asshole. So just to save the family, I went to the other side of the house. And guess what? I did go to the doctor. I don't blame him for not telling her initially because all dogs got to go to the vet at least once a year, right?
Right.
So fine, you tell this lie. It's like, all right, fine, she's going to take the dog to the vet. The vet's going to say the dog's fine, or the vet's going to find something that we didn't even know about. So win-win. To continue to take the dog to the vet after the vet says just change its diet, That's on her. And then when he comes clean and she doesn't forgive him, that's a fucking hilarious joke at the end of the day in my house. I was just fucking with you. You took how many times you take the 5 times? How $5,000? Shit. I don't think you're ready to have a baby.
All right.
I also find it peculiar that, okay, husband and wife, and she's pregnant. Okay, so you're talking a long, at least in my opinion, a few years together at a minimum. Could be more. Okay, so husband miraculously stopped farting when she got pregnant, you know, or was he just like, you know, she's like, stop blaming the farts. The farts had to come from somewhere. Men are men. They're fucking gross. You know for a fact, homeboy had been farting in or around her fucking presence for years, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's fluffy.
Well, I will say that when I changed my diet, like I was just explaining, like there were fumes coming out of parts of my body that I couldn't explain to you. I don't even know if, honestly, I ended up getting a colonoscopy and an MRI, and apparently science can't even explain what was coming out my body. So who knows what he's been doing? Maybe he got a cottage cheese craving out of nowhere and just started fucking pounding tubs of that.
Well, weren't they blaming most of this on the fact that she's pregnant and pregnant women have a heightened sense of smell?
Yeah, that's
that. Yeah, I guess so.
Mer, can you concur that? You're the only person on the show with the.
I'm pretty sure science has decided that's true.
Yeah, certain things become more annoying. Certain things are enhanced.
Yeah,
smell was definitely enhanced. Chicken, for whatever reason, the most bland meat on the planet, was like turning her stomach. All she would eat. Thankfully, she didn't have weird cravings. She was only eating. She ate cereal fucking like 5 meals a day for 9 months.
I mean, that's solid.
Yeah, Captain Crunch. Do you have a preference?
That's an awesome diet, actually.
Dude, no. What was she? What's the honey bunches of oats?
Yeah, that's that shit. I love me some honey bunches of oats. It's delicious.
That's the best cereal in the world.
You should get pregnant, Alan.
Facts. I know, right? I would eat that shit all day.
I got news for you. You're a grown ass man. You can eat that shit all day.
I know, I do actually. We usually have a large box in the household, so don't you worry. I don't need to get pregnant to house some honey bunches of oats. Thanks, Post Cereals. I think that's who makes it.
So Mur, are you friend? Where was the friend or foe fence on your on all this?
I don't remember all the breakdowns that you did, but all of mine
went
heavy. Mine go heavy. Fuck the wife. Like, she's overreacting. She seems like a very dramatic human who can't take a joke. All of this to me is funny and hilarious from the husband. I blame my farts on anything in the room that could potentially make a noise. As a TV, my wife, being a foreigner, I don't know. Guess they don't have a lot of fart jokes in Portugal because she buys all of them. And I'll finally be like, babe, it was me. I farted. Okay. It wasn't the dog. It wasn't the squeaky toy on the television. It was my ass. It was me. Because it's not funny if she doesn't fucking call me out.
See, I'd be fucking ripping them, and I'm like, oh, whoo, that shit is bad. You might want to, all right, prepare yourself. If you're gonna sit there, it's gonna migrate that way. Just letting you know.
I sarcastically blame some on the dog, and Sarah's like, yeah, you're full of shit. Some I always say like, oh, something's squeaking around the around these parts here. And then there's a couple times where it's just like, you know, I'm standing and there's no floorboard for me to blame it on, and I'll say, oh, I think I soiled myself. That's always a good one.
I like to say, oh, that was juicy.
You got a case of the green apple splatters. Woo!
I will say, the older you get, the less concerned you are about all of this stuff. Obviously, there's no more I don't know. I'm not embarrassed. I don't care. Especially after the colonoscopy. Now that I know that a grown man has put something in my asshole and rooted around for 20, 30 minutes, what do I care about?
Dude,
anything?
I was at a work happy hour today for Cinco de Mayo, and I spilled 2 splatters of salsa on my arm. Didn't notice it. Had to have someone tell me that was there. And I just took a napkin and just one time wiped it off. Now it was a windbreaker, but I didn't do like gotta get it off and then water. Just like one gotta get the chunks off. I don't care about the streaks and like a slight hint of red tomato juice. That's fine. Don't care about that.
Yeah, I know. You're supposed to go in your arm? Yeah, it happens all the time, every day. Something gets on you.
I went for a big sidewinder with a fucking Tostito chip. What of it, motherfucker?
I definitely spilled something on myself at like a networking event, and it was like a Christmas one, so you get a little bit fancy around Christmas time,
right?
And somebody was like, "Oh, I got a little something on your shirt there." I was like, "Yeah, they have mini beef Wellingtons over there. They're delicious." and that's how you network.
And you should get some in your mouth.
You should go check those out. They're like right over there.
A real adult would be like, mini beef Wellington?
Right?
Where?
I was like, this was gravy, in case you didn't know. So go find that.
That was actually, Alan, you probably witnessed a few of them and participated in a few of them. The fraternity Christmas formal or holiday social. Yeah. So like basically yourself and a date, and we get some eggnog, a keg, and everyone would dress in shirt and tie. All it was just like a shit show party with everyone dressed up. Yes. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, one time fraternity brother of ours made some classic eggnog. All right. And then got up in the morning to go downstairs to get something, and everything curled. There's like 30 fucking floaters of curled boiled milk all over the house. Oh, yeah.
Question: are you saying curled?
I think he is.
Yeah, isn't it? Is it? What does milk do?
Curdle.
Yeah, sorry, my apologies. I've had a few beers.
So the whole house just fucking.
Don't blame it on the beers.
I was blaming it on the dog. The dog said curdle.
Oh man, that sounds terrible. But yeah, no, the Christmas parties were quite.
Hold on, he's practicing.
Okay,
Curdled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got a real curler here, boys.
Look at this milk. It's curled.
All those curls and whey.
Ain't a flat earther we got in here.
Shit.
All right. Fuck y'all. Fun Fact Friday. Come on.
Let's get to it, my friends. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. Brought to you, of course, by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. They are an ever-growing non-medical misinformation website that Facebook refuses to shut down. So if you've got any pain below your knee or above your ankle and you want some dipshits to talk back and forth with, the Shin Splints Recovery Group is the group for you. Find them on Facebook. Let's get to it. OMG facts. Did you know a 4-year-old asks an average of 437 questions a day?
Jesus. Some of those have to be internal, right?
So does my wife.
No, they don't.
No. God.
No, they just ask them, man.
I do. There's someone we hired at our company who has like 2 kids, and he was saying that kids will ask you that your kids will ask you a question, knowing that you don't really give a fuck, just so they can answer. Like, hey, if you could have a superpower, what would you have? Like, I don't know. Let me tell you what I would have. Then
I think that's starting now. That's going to be like the 7 to 9-year-old range.
Okay.
The 4-year-old range is it literally is the why.
Why?
Like I don't know, Daddy. Yeah, buddy. Why do birds have feathers? Oh, well, it helps the air flow over their wings, and that way they can sustain flight. Why? Because birds they got hollow bones, so they have to stay off the ground. Otherwise, predators are gonna. Why? Because they're delicious.
Have you eaten chicken?
And the thing of it is, like, most normal people would have just given up on it after the first why. Murr is like, all right, well, because birds of prey, then you have apex predators in the animal kingdom. Why? All right. Well, let me tell you, we have a person named Darwin, and
okay, you know how I'm a little competitive, and I fancy myself with all the dumb, stupid, nonsensical facts that are trapped inside my brain. So you start to learn like how much you know and how much you don't know, and then it's a challenge to yourself to see if you can answer the question. But it doesn't stop. Like once you've exhausted all of your mental resources, you're like, fuck, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. And you become like a fucking insane asylum patient.
True. Now, my wife asks a lot of questions. Still, she's not maybe not 400 and whatever a day, but quite a lot. And I indulge her for the most part. But like you said, it does then become I'm like, oh yeah, now I know the answer to this. Yeah, I know. And a lot of times she's like, "How the fuck do you know that?" I'm like, "I don't even know. I learned it at some point in time." But then like you said, I get to my wit's end, and I'm like, "Fuck!" Now I got to go look something up. Now I got to go study something that I didn't even intend to study for like an hour to get a root understanding of it. That if it was brought up in conversation, I'm good. And fucking, it kind of angers me sometimes. Like I learn a lot, but I'm like, "Damn it."
I didn't give a hoot about this until you brought it up. Yeah. Now I'm fucking going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Silly.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, and this show helps too because, like, you know, we've gotten into arguments about rocks and clouds.
Right.
And I'm like, shit, that kid's gonna ask me this one day. I better go fucking read up on it.
Prehistoric men who have died.
Oopsie.
Years ago.
Hunter gatherers.
Yeah.
And their society
with foul play involved in their passing.
Yeah.
I also know like the life history of Super Mario and all of his fucking cohorts at this point too, because there's like a Mario Brothers wiki page now, and it tells you everything.
Yeah,
and
nice.
that fucker will pause the game right in the middle of it. He'll be in the middle of a loan, like, boop, Daddy, who's this? Like, oh shit, that's Mole Man. Is that his name? I don't know. Let me look him up.
We gotta look him up.
The only thing I can remember is that when me and my brother, I think my brother first beat Mario 1. The older brother. At that point, I was like, 6 or 7. He was a little bit older. And my parents watched it. And Mario waltzes off with Princess Toadstool? Mm-hmm. My dad was like, oh, I think he's got his hand up under her dress. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at him. What a prize.
The stud. Wonder if he was growing something on that arm. You know what I mean?
He's a plumber.
I was going to say he's a plumber.
Oh, did you know that the only reason that Mario became a plumber is because when they designed him with the 8-bit graphics, the only way they could make him differentiate from a shirt and pants was by giving him overalls. And who wears overalls? Plumbers.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Did you know? Cinco de Mayo. We're recording on Cinco de Mayo, by the way. And Cinco de Mayo was started by Mexican Americans living in the United States. I did not know that. I thought white folk just straight up made up Cinco de Mayo for no good reason except to get cheap tacos and delicious tequilas.
Well, I think that's why the Mexican Americans did it too. But yeah. And then white people were like, well, that seems nice. I like margarita. I like lemon lime flavored tequila and tacos.
Hold on. So the September 1 is the Mexican Independence Day, right?
Yes. Cinco de Mayo, from what I understand, is simply a celebration of a major victory, like a major battle. It's not really anything of grand importance.
Yeah.
It's just they were outnumbered and they held off like one of the Spaniards, and
it was French.
Here we are.
I think it was French. The French.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
And
French.
that would make sense because historically the French been a little bit lackluster.
Yeah, it's only celebrated in like one state in Mexico. Like true, like as an actual, it's not like a whole Mexican thing.
Yeah, Mexico has states.
It's like it's like fucking, I don't know, Buffalo Day in Wyoming. I'm just spitballing here, but you get my point. It's one fucking state being like, yeah, this is kind of our thing.
It was actually
Americans being like tacos.
When we had to fill out our immigration stuff to go to Cancun. He's like, what state are you in? What state are you traveling to? I was like, damn, Cancun.
You're like,
man.
I'm coming to fucking Mexico, man. What do you mean? It's like, yeah.
What state?
Other countries partition their country as well. There are local governments.
Yeah. And then I landed, and I was like, I would like dos
Tecates,
Light.
please.
Right?
Tecate Lights.
Of the cerveza selection you have.
Yeah.
Por favor.
Yes, por favor at the end, yeah.
Yeah. The 5th of May is coming around.
Did you know the 5 interlocking Olympic rings are black, blue, red, green, and yellow because at least one of these colors appears on every flag?
Damn. As a sports fanatic, I feel ashamed to say no, I didn't know that, and that's extremely fascinating.
Yeah.
Damn.
I knew the colors. I did not know that reason, though.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the reasoning either.
That's pretty cool.
I feel like that learning that is like on par with learning what news, the acronym news stands for. Northeast, West, South.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you learn that, I was like, oh my, the fucking mind blown. Yeah, just. I have the phallus on my forearm got erect.
Oh, yeah. Hard as a rock.
My arm cock got fucking rock hard.
Look at me, I'm fucking Mortal Kombat. I'm like Scorpion.
Well, that's really gonna take the piss out of these next 2 facts. All right, well, here we go. Did you know?
Hey, make them up. Make them up.
Banana trees are actually a type of flowering herb.
Ooh.
And also, extra fun fact: bananas are actually berries.
Where do plantains fit in?
Same category. I would
Probably
assume.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah. If I fact check this, I find out you're wrong.
What else would they be?
I don't know. Just listen.
I'm gonna write a terse comment on a YouTube page.
That kind of makes some sense though. They like. So I've seen banana trees because my parents have them, and they like bring them inside and they'll like cut them up and splice them and give them to other people. Because you can start your own banana tree if you want. So it totally makes sense that they are herbs because they behave like from a
Yeah, I've seen people take them out of their yards, and I'm like, that ain't no fucking tree.
Yeah,
It's just
no,
goddamn
it's a
plant.
fucking weed. It's a weed, basically. Yeah, and then fucking bananas in bunches, like berries bunch.
Well, and you still haven't told me what type of bananas your parents grow because I want a Gross Miguel banana.
Oh, I don't even know what kind they are. They're just like I think my mother smuggled back like wild banana from Nicaragua, which is I think a felony maybe.
Oh yeah,
we might need to edit this.
It's fine.
Do you have anything to declare? Nope.
No, definitely not the germinating fucking plant in my suitcase. It's fine. So I'll say your CFC knows, but I don't know. Maybe we'll look up what the most common banana plant is in fucking Nicaragua.
Formerly it was the Gross Miguel, which the Fat Michael banana, which was the one that went extinct, which is why I would assume that's the one that she would risk her life to smuggle back. But right now it's the Cavendish. The Cavendish banana is the one you buy at the grocery stores now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure this one out, bud.
I want to gross. Don't patronize me. I want to gross Miguel because that banana is the flavor they use to create artificial banana flavor, and it's gone extinct. So that's why your banana candies don't taste like bananas because it's a dead fruit. Moving on. Did you know the U.S. has the most English speakers of any country? A close second. Any guesses?
Damn, my guess would be like Japan or China. Japan?
Wait, what was it again? Sorry.
The U.S. has the most English speakers of any country. A close second.
Japan.
Mexico.
Incorrect.
Canada?
The correct answer, No, I was expecting somebody to say England,
England?
but it is India.
Huh. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's just a lot of them.
All
I think
call
just,
centers and stuff.
yeah, but you would think that they would have mastered the accent by now. Like, no disrespect, I can't speak their language. I can't speak any other language. You would think, though, that they would have mastered, like, a little bit more of, like, the fluidity of the vernacular.
I'd be okay. I'm fine with the fucking accent, too. Just, like, just call me and be like, hello, my name is Patel, because that's your name. Don't call me and be like, hello, my name is Gregory. No, it's not. Stop fucking lying to me. That's not your fucking name. Just be real with me, Patesh. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. Like, I'm okay with it. I hear your accent. What can you definitely not help me with over the phone?
Greatest call center call I ever got. I was driving around. I was at work. I was already a little agitated. The guy started on his little spiel, and I said, I started cutting him off, and he's like, and I was like, look, man, they had called like 5 times already. And I said, listen, you guys have called from this number 5 times today. This is stupid. He's like, oh, yeah, well, fuck you. I said, really? All right, we're on that path, huh? And then I started making fun of his homeland, and I said, have fun eating off your dirt floor tonight and all this shit. And he's like, hey, your fucking president is going to get us into World War III with Iran, is he not? And I was like, dude. And then I went into.
And you were like, God damn it, yeah.
I was like, look, man, America's more than Trump, dude. And he's like, oh yeah, how is this? And I started explaining American politics to him, and for fucking 5 minutes, we're in this back and forth geopolitical conversation, which was amazing because I know I'm talking to a guy who's he's halfway across the world. And then when we ended, I said, all right, man, can you just take me off your list? Because like this has been pretty annoying. I was like, I did appreciate talking to you though. He's like, okay, buddy, I'll talk. I would not talk to you later. I was like, thank you, bye. And that was it. It was amazing.
I think that's part of like the Merlor. That was like, well, I don't know. I mean, tell the story like in Baltimore where you thought you were going to get mugs, and you're like, I just want to talk to these guys.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Dewey and I have gone over that a few times, and I think they just got spooked. I think anytime I hear about like negotiations, like terrorist negotiations, it's length of time. Like the longer you can keep them talking, the less opportunity there is for them to do something terrible. And I think I just made space, and they finally just went off. Yeah, Alan, I told them about white plate, and they fucking finally just didn't stab us or take our money.
White plate. They should have stabbed you, probably.
Yeah, they definitely should have.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, I should have bled.
Just like a little bit of cuts. Like not like deep, just a little.
Then the archaeologist would have been like, oh, and this guy was trying to talk himself out of a gang relation type thing. He got stabbed.
And that, my friends, is friend or foe. Or no. Fun Fact Friday. That's a bit, and it's done. Thank you.
Fun. All right, folks, and this is a combination segment before you go / this week in Classhole history. We date this fucker back 2 years ago. We were in the midst of a goddamn pandemic, and we were looking up for content, and this is when I got my nipple waxed. She's teasing me. This is foreplay.
Oh, that was good. Oh, that one did look like it stung a little bit.
It's like progressive too. It hurts, and then it kind of like has a build to it. Damn. I don't envy women at all. That sucker. That was professional. Holy shit, that looks like a carpet sample.
Yeah, it does. Look at that hair.
A carpet sample.
It was like, look, that was recorded May 2nd, 2020. We were desperate.
Yeah. I also have to say, looking at that clip, we've all lost weight. That's what I was most mesmerized by.
Well, we could definitely tell we were mid-pandemic because my beard was a fucking mess. I look like a fucking homeless person.
When did it start? Like April 19th?
March.
March. Sorry, yeah. So
March
like a
was
month
2 weeks to curve the curve,
It's
or
like-
whatever the fuck they called it.
Just slow the curve.
I love the fact that like 6 to 8 weeks into a pandemic, a man can find a way just to be like, well, I'm done. Let this fucker grow out.
I hated it. It was terrible.
Ugh.
Okay, speaking of that, when you heard stores were locking down, did you guys make any like panic buys or anything like that?
Yeah, but like 8 cases of beer.
Okay, good. All right, Alan.
No, we had booze. Kelly just stocked up on fucking toilet paper, paper towels, and she got like a bunch of fucking like Lysol wipes, which we still got a million of.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty universal though. So
Oh, and then I'm sorry, I bought like $4 worth of gas. I was like, God damn it! I hope that someone doesn't come behind me.
yeah.
I remember I got $200 out of the ATM just to have some cash. We couldn't find any masks, so God bless my wife and her ingenuity. She bought vacuum cleaner HEPA filters. She's like, "You're crafty. You can make something out of these." I was like, "Okay, fair enough." And then I bought 2 30-packs and 4 bottles of whiskey because I was like, "Wow, these." Because it usually takes me about for me alone to drink a bottle of whiskey. I'm like, that's about I don't know, 2-3 weeks. I was like, I got about 3 months worth of whiskey because I was afraid that the liquor stores were going to shut down, not knowing that they have to keep alcoholics alive. Yeah. So after I learned that they weren't shutting the liquor stores down, pandemic schmandemic, it was like a dream come true. I have an excuse to not go anywhere ever. Thank you.
Good point. And everywhere delivered randomly. Like you get all types of shit delivered that you couldn't get delivered before.
Yeah. And Wes went ahead and waxed his nipples. No more barbershop visits.
Like I said, we were desperate for content.
Yeah.
We are desperate for content now. Dudes have dicks growing out of their arms. Uzi got fucking shot by some foul play. All right.
Dogs are farting or not.
Arm cocks.
Arm cocks. Men are blaming their fucking foul ass farts on dogs.
Dog farts are ruining marriages. Fucking all types of shit.
The thing of it is, if it's that woman's dog, he's in for it. If it's his dog, you know.
Hey, what kind of dog it was? We didn't even cover that.
No.
I'm sure it was a Shih Tzu.
Anyway, folks, we're on the internet. You don't really got to check us out after that joke. Just type in middle classholes. Maybe something comes up. Maybe it won't. Check us out on all your favorite social media platforms. We're on Instagram and Twitter at MDL Classholes. We're the Middle Classholes on Facebook. We're at Middle Classholes on TikTok as well. Check us out there because we love bantering with people there, don't we, guys?
Yeah. Hey, that's how we found out that Uzi the Iceman was killed.
That's right.
Via foul play.
Allegedly.
Alleged foul play. The fucking CSI fucking 3000 BC. Fucking alleged foul play on Uzi. Check it out on TikTok. And of course, for your listening pleasure, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And please don't forget to send us your emails at fucking tickleourtummies@gmail.com. That's right, tickleourtummies, like tiny puppies at gmail.com.
What you got?
No, I don't want to double dip on before you go, but I mean, this is officially like the Mother's Day episode. And of course, at school, they've got the kids doing their little Mother's Day projects. And, you know, I have my special little 7-year-old's first grade Mother's Day. Here you go, Mom. Here's a shitty gift made out of paper thing. I found this hilarious. I've been waiting for one of the hilarious answers to a question for a long time. So I guess they made them fill out all these things about moms. And it says a special woman, mommy, her interests, playing a game I want and having a lot of fun, what she means to me, She makes me feel happy and loved. Oh, isn't that sweet? What I see, my mommy has brown eyes just like I do, and her hair is black. And my favorite here is her talents. She can drive sometimes if Daddy lets her.
That's a fucking unique talent.
It's like, she has
the patriarchy is alive.
She has the wherewithal to operate a motor vehicle if you let her.
If I give her permission.
She was licensed in her home country, but Daddy won't let her.
Actually, that's the best part. She wasn't licensed in her home country. She didn't drive till she was 27.
Nice.
Oh, God. All right, folks. Christ, we've had too much fun for one night. All right, take her easy. See you, I guess, next week. Maybe in 2 weeks. I don't know. Come back when you get here.